Wow. Folks, I mean, what a game. That was a game, for sure. That was a game. Wow. Okay. Enough of the wows. But I mean, wow. Come on. How many penalties were in that game? Let me look it up real quick. I mean, 10 for the Bills for 101 yards, and then 12 for the Jets for 120 yards. I mean, in the second half, the refs absolutely destroyed that football game. They did. It was 2017 going into halftime. It's only 23-20. I mean, they just totally destroyed it. I'm sorry. It's 11 penalties for the Bills, 94 yards. 11 penalties for the Jets for 110 yards. I mean, neither team wanted to win this game, folks. Neither team. It was an embarrassing showing from both coaching staffs. But you know what? I'll give the Jets a little bit of credit. They were coming off a week where they were embarrassed in London. Their head coach got fired. Their offensive coordinator got demoted. So they have a new OC. They have a new HC, Jeff Ulbrich, and they were undisciplined. They missed a lot of field goals. They missed 2 field goals. So, Jets fans, I know you do not Greg Zuerlein. You didn't like him before. You're certainly not going to like him afterwards. He pretty much lost you the game. If you're the Bills, the fact that this was even close is embarrassing. Extremely embarrassing. I want to call one player for the Bills before I get to Sean McDermott, because oh boy, does Sean McDermott deserve what he's getting from me. But Spencer Brown, I'll give you some credit. The one penalty, the personal foul penalty, where it offset a PI down the field against Keon Coleman, that wasn't a personal foul. Let's set the facts straight. That was not a personal foul. But Spencer Brown killed so many drives. I mean, the undisciplined nature for a veteran team like the Bills is almost unheard of. You don't see this very often, folks. The Bills' offensive line nearly lost this team the game. They nearly did, but they didn't, thanks to the good-willed nature of Golden Retriever quarterback Josh Allen. Josh Allen, I thought, had a nice bounce-back game. I think the wide receivers left a lot to be desired. Mac Hollins dropped a would-be touchdown in the end zone in the middle of the fourth quarter. The Bills had to settle for a field goal. That's how we get to our current final score. I thought Ray Davis, what a fantastic breakout game. James Cook is injured. Next man up, right? That's the mentality in one Bills drive. So Ray Davis steps up. He gets the majority of the carries. He had 20 carries tonight, folks, for 97 yards. And this was his first start as a Bills player. And he got 97 yards. And I'll give Joe Brady a lot of credit, offensive coordinator for the Bills, Joe Brady. He abandoned the run throughout the third quarter. Bills only scored 0 points. But he returned to it in the fourth quarter, helped lead a nice field goal drive to help win the Bills the game. And Ray Davis, he broke a lot of tackles. Nice downhill speed. I like his decision-making. I like his jukes. And I love his physicality. Man, do I love Ray Davis's physicality. I mean, he by far was the best Bills player out there tonight. What a breakout game for him. Fantasy managers out there, if you do not have Ray Davis and you hear that James Cook is going to miss next week as well, pick up Ray Davis, because Ray Davis looked and was the real deal tonight. He was definitely the real deal. And again, I was about to get to this point before I got sidetracked here, but I thought Josh Allen had a nice bounce-back game. He was obviously terrible, probably his worst NFL game as the Bills starting quarterback last week against the Houston Texans, and I thought he bounced back very nicely here tonight against the New York Jets. 19 for 25, not a whole lot of yards, only 215, but he did have 2 passing touchdowns. I thought what he did on the ground was good, especially at the end of the game where he was able to pick up a crucial first down to help seal the win for the Buffalo Bills. But man, Sean McDermott. What a disaster class from Sean McDermott again. Folks, if you have been wondering and you're not a Bills fan, you're not in Buffalo, you don't follow this team day to day like I do and many other Bills fans across the country, you'll be wondering, wow, the Bills have Josh Allen. They've had all of this talent on their roster since 2020. Why haven't they won a Super Bowl? I'll tell you why. Sean McDermott is the reason why. And I'll take you back to one play here tonight. The Hail Mary by Aaron Rodgers to finish out the first half. That should never have happened. I was watching the game off stream, and I called it. I was like, wow, Aaron Rodgers. Remember in, I don't remember the year, 2013, 2014 against the Arizona Cardinals in the divisional round. He pulled off not one, but two, basically, low percentage Hail Marys. He completed them. And I was like, wow, wouldn't it be hilarious if Aaron Rodgers did it again right here against a team that, of course, would give it up? And you know what proceeded right afterwards? The Bills gave up a 52-yard Hail Mary to Aaron Rodgers when they were only pressuring with 4 players. Everyone else was into coverage. And it's not like, folks, this is the first time the Bills have done this to us. We remember Hail Mary. We remember 13 seconds. I mean, wow. And I saw this afterwards on Twitter, but apparently there were only 13 seconds left in the first half when Aaron Rodgers completed that Hail Mary. But that throw nearly single-handedly put the Jets back into this game. They later got back into it. Thank goodness Greg Zuerlein is terrible at kicking because, man, the Jets should have won this game. Man, oh man. The Bills were asking to lose. They were asking. They were on their knees begging for the Jets to take the win here. But no, the Jets are even worse than the Bills. Me and everyone else should never forget that. The Jets are so bad. They made sure that in a game where the Bills 9 out of 10 times would lose on a freak Hail Mary, they somehow lost. The Jets still lost. They had everything going for them. Everything. Newfound optimism. The horrible head coach, and I will say Rob Saleh was not good when he was head coach for the Jets. Yes, their defense rebounded, but they have so much inherent talent on that defense that it doesn't matter who the head coach in my eyes is. Jeff Ulbrich, you know what? Given all the penalties tonight, you can't honestly make a fair assessment as to how the Jets defense played, but I thought they played okay. Now, I was surprised at how good the Bills offense was going up and down the field in the first half, but I thought Jeff Ulbrich and this defense made a lot of second half adjustments or halftime adjustments, and for the second half, they only came out and gave up a field goal to the Bills, and they should have won. They should have won. They would have won had it not been for all of the penalties that they committed, plus, let's face it, they're Jets. Their Jets ways. Their Jetsian ways reared an ugly head here tonight. And wow, what a game. What an ugly, ugly game that somehow the Bills won. Usually as a Bills fan, the Bills lose these games in heartbreaking fashions. I was so prepared on that final drive for the Jets for Mike Williams to come down with that 3rd and 16 grab. I mean, he was open. Had not been for him slipping and falling, he probably would have caught that, and he may have gone in for a touchdown, and this game would have turned out a whole lot differently because there was a lot of space between him and the nearest safety, Taylor Rapp. But here we are. Here we are, folks. We're not arguing what ifs. We are arguing truth. We're arguing facts. And the facts of the matter is that both of these teams suck. Unfortunately, one of these teams are going to win the AFC East. Looks like the Bills now. They have an 85% chance of winning according to ESPN Analytics, but man, neither of these teams deserve to be winning the division, let alone make the playoffs. But it's going to happen. The Patriots are terrible. The Dolphins don't have Tua, may not have Tua for the rest of the season. They're optimistic, but who knows given all of his concussion issues. But the Bills come out on top. They win 23-20 in one of the ugliest games you will ever see as a football fan. One of the ugliest games. And I haven't said this on air yet, but Sean McDermott should be fired after this season. It doesn't matter that this is a so-called retooling season. He should be fired. I can't tell you the number of times where the Bills have lost in heartbreaking fashion. They've given up improbable plays. Plays that would not have happened had it been any other of the 31 teams in the NFL if they're on defense. But somehow, some way, this always happens under Sean McDermott. I don't know, folks. I don't know. What I do know is that Sean McDermott, even though he's not on the field, he employs the schematics. He is in charge of this team. Maybe Tyler Dunne was right. Every time there is a close game involving the Buffalo Bills, his ass cheeks clench in fear, and because of that, the rest of the team follows in suit. And somehow, someway, tonight, that didn't bite the Bills in the butt. But I can tell you, it's going to bite them in the butt come playoff time. Because unfortunately, the rest of the NFL world is going to have to watch the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs. Wildcard round, divisional round, definitely not beyond that. Let's get real here. We're not going to see the Bills beyond the divisional round. The best case scenario for the Bills this season is the status quo, which means a divisional round exit in heartbreaking fashion. Oh, speaking of that, I didn't even talk about Tyler Bass. Oh man, do I want to talk about Tyler Bass? But no. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother time. The capitulation and the downfall of Tyler Bass, starting with wide right in the playoffs against the Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round. Oh, Christ. Anyways, folks, the Bills won. Yay! They're 4-2, and they have a decent-looking schedule coming up here with home games against the Tennessee Titans, away at the Seattle Seahawks, away at Indy, home to Kansas City, then a bye. So, not a bad 4 weeks coming up here for Buffalo. I don't know how they're 4-2. Let me know what you think about the Buffalo Bills in the comment section down below. I was Don. This is Buffalo SportsCenter. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And I hope to see all of you in the next video. Peace out.